Here's a piece of advice. Stay off of social media. Social media, especially in today's climate, is so destructive to a young man and to a young person in general. But just somebody's trying to improve, somebody is trying to get their life in order, and change their life in any sort of way, bro. Social media is not the place to be if you want to be doing that, bro. I say this for a few reasons. It has a lot to do with me and my past experiences. The reason that I first started deleting social media, and for reference, by the way, when I say social media, I don't mean YouTube. YouTube is not social media to me, in my opinion. When I say social media, I'm talking about Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, shit like that. So back in my day, right, I used to consume a lot of content, a lot of TikTok content, I should say, short form content. I still consume content, but when you're consuming short form content specifically and only that is a complete difference, because there's only so much information and so much education that you can put into a short form video. Most short form videos are not going to be very educational anyways. Most short form videos are made to entertain. They're made to stir up some controversy. And I realized that they made me overly cynical, and it made me overly angry at the world and people in general. Because when you see a video of something that you don't like, something that's toxic, or maybe something that you just don't agree with, or the video is fine, but the comments are something that you don't agree with. And when you see a lot of comments on things you don't agree with, and it has thousands and thousands of likes, that can really fuck with you. A lot of times when I be seeing stuff, especially when it comes to masculinity and femininity, that is something that is very pressing in social media, especially today. And I have a whole lot of thoughts on that, but most people don't even know what they're talking about. Too many people have opinions, and too many people have a outlet to express those opinions, even if they're not good, even if they're not valuable to anybody, because a lot of people are miserable. That's the problem. Most people are miserable in their lives, and so they go on social media with that negativity and they just start spreading the shit. And then it gets to me, and I'm like, fuck, now I'm pissed. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm pissed. I just spent the hour on Instagram scrolling on the reels and shit, and now I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit that would happen to me. And so I really had to take a step back. And every time I reinstall Instagram on my phone, because this is what happened recently. I went on vacation. I went to the Dominican Republic, and then I went to Alabama for a family reunion. I didn't have Instagram and stuff during that time. I haven't had Instagram on my phone in years. But when I got back, I downloaded it back so I could post more, so I could post some of the pictures and videos and stuff that I had recorded on the vacation. And lo and behold, I started scrolling and shit just like everybody else, and I got pissed. Like, this shit happens to me, bro. And I realized that comments and stuff that you see and all the things that make me cynical, the things that made me feel horrible about the world and like angry at the world, it was because of these comments and these videos of stuff, of things that I didn't agree with, and people having these horrible mindsets. The reason that that's important is because that's not indicative of real life. It's not indicative of the world that you see around you and the people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. All the stuff that I see online, it doesn't get reflected in real life. All these comments and shit that I see that have 50,000 likes and shit, I'm like, holy shit, like, everybody agrees with this shit. You go into real life, nobody's fucking talking about that shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's talking about that shit. And the point that really brought this home is when I brought it to people in my life, in my real life, like my father, my grandfather, people that actually live in the real world that aren't on Instagram and shit like I am. People that are constantly feeding themselves with bullshit. They don't even know what I'm talking about. I'll bring an issue to them, or I'll ask them something that I saw about online. I forgot what I asked. I asked my granddad something. Do you really think that women don't care about money or something? It was something along the lines of women and men and stuff. And I remember he was just confused. He was just like, what do you mean? He's like, where are you getting this from? Because it was something like women. I was saying that women nowadays want their man to pay for everything or something like that. And he's like, where'd you get that from? Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, where'd you get that from? Who told you that? And I'm like, everybody, women, like, people, everybody's saying that. And he's like, who's saying that? Because he's like confused, because he's thinking in real life terms. He was born in 1940 something. He's thinking of real life terms. He's lived all this time in the real world and not online. His perspective is nowhere near mine. You know what I'm saying? It's so much deeper and fuller than mine is. And so he was just like, what are you talking about? That's not what he's seen. That's not what he's seen. And then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't seen it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen that shit either. I only saw it online, and so I thought it was real. And I saw thousands and thousands of comments and likes and shit and shares on it. So I thought that it was actually a mainstream thing. I thought that a lot of people agree with the shit, and I thought that it was circulating throughout real life, and people were talking about the shit in real life, and it was being reflected in real life. But it's not. Social media is not real life. I have to keep reminding myself of that. Every time I get on social media, I get pissed because I'm thinking that this is a reflection of real life. So I'm like, man, like just that conversation, just him being, he didn't even answer the question. Just that alone. And then like when I bring stuff to my dad and my mom and stuff, it's same thing. Like, fuck social media. Get off that shit. Seriously. Seriously, man. Because it's escapism. It's not real fun. When you get on social media, yes, you might laugh. Yes, you might smile. Yes, you might feel good. But it's for a second. It's for a split second, and then you forget that you even saw the video. You forget whatever video you just saw. I was scrolling for like 20, 30 minutes, and I don't remember a single thing I just watched. Even though I was laughing and like I was feeling emotions in the time, but after that, this shit doesn't matter because it's such a short attention span thing. Like, it just goes so fast. And so it's the same thing. It doesn't reflect real life. It's escapism. There's no upside to it except laughing in the moment. You're laughing in the moment, but that's it. And a lot of times people get on social media at a function, hanging out with friends and family. You'll be on your phone on social media. Why? It doesn't do you anything. Like, there are real people out there to talk to. Humans need human-to-human contact and interaction. That's what we need, bro. We don't need this internet shit. We don't need technology and shit for that. Nothing that you take from social media will allow you to implement it in real life. So that's why I say to just get off of it. And it'll save you so much time. It'll save you so much time. I can't tell you how many hours I used to spend scrolling TikTok. Not only just scrolling TikTok, but implanting these ideologies in my mind. All the things that I'm seeing go straight to my brain, and then I'm remembering it, and I'm thinking that people are really thinking this way and really living this way. And so it's altering my perception. It's altering the way that I go about the world and interact with people in real life, because I'm thinking that this is how they think. I think I already know how they think because I'm on social media. But that's not true. That's my problem. That's my problem. When I'm not on social media, I be happy as fuck. I be jolly. I be coming on here making hella videos, and I be like in a good mood and stuff. When I go on social media, it drains me of life. It drains me of any type of ambition that I have. It drains me of any type of goodwill that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't feel good when I leave social media. Whether it's because of, it's not really because of comparison. It used to be that. I used to delete TikTok because of comparison, because like everybody on there was jacked and rich and stuff. By the way, I'm sweating because it's hot as shit in this car, and I can't have the fan on because it'll mess with the audio. But I would delete it because of comparison, but that's not really a problem anymore. The more pressing problem is that it's just too many opinions, and it's just too much stuff going on in these videos and in these comments that pisses me off. You don't want to go on social media because it has too many outside influences, and most of them are not good. They're not trying to help you in any way. That's what I want to get to you. When you're watching all these shows and shit, I know Love Island is popular right now. It's okay to enjoy yourself and have some fun. You know, I go on social media, you know, I go and scroll sometimes, and I'll be laughing and shit. You know, I'll be laughing, but I also get pissed, you know, so it's a double-edged sword. And so that's really the problem, because it keeps you on there. It's designed to keep you attached to it. It's designed to keep you engaged and keep you scrolling. That's literally the point of social media. That's the point of the algorithm. That's the point of everything that they have going on. The share function, the comments, all that is engagement for the videos. And so the more of that, the more it gets pushed out, etc. We know this. And so people make provocative stuff so it gets more engagement. That's why you're not going to get very much productivity out of social media, because they're not giving you actual education. They're not giving you anything meaningful. It's just laughs and shit, and then controversial shit and just bad shit. YouTube, for example, you can get a lot more out of an educational YouTube video like the ones that I make versus fucking scrolling brain rot content on Instagram Reels and TikTok. And that's what I take pride in, honestly. That's what I take pride in. Like, even my short videos, like, it's just clips of me doing this. So it's still informative, but those aren't videos that get shared a lot and drive a lot of comments necessarily. You don't see those as much, especially if you don't like those ordinarily, if you don't send those to people, if you don't send educational stuff to your friends and keep track of that stuff, it will not show up in your feed. And so you're not going to get that. You're going to get all the bullshit. I personally think that it's better for you to just stay on YouTube. If you need some content to just like fill time or to better yourself, go to YouTube. Do not go to Instagram. Do not go to TikTok. That shit is more for performance. Okay. And YouTube is for performance too. Don't get me wrong. But there are plenty of people on YouTube that give you the real and give you authenticity and give you like some real knowledge. So get your education from YouTube or from books. Those are like the two main things. I go on Audible all the time. I go on Audible. I'm reading a book right now. What is it called? No, it's not a book. It's a compilation of insights from a very inspirational man named Miles Monroe, and I really admire his work. He is a spiritual man, as am I. He gives everything in a spiritual sense, and he frames it so well. That's the type of stuff that I like to read, bro. I like to read like spirituality and like just bettering myself in that way. Like I like to consume content that's funny and stuff too. I like to laugh, of course, and like there's a time and place for that. I just think that the short form content is where you can go wrong because it's too quick. Anything that you watch, you don't even remember. All the stuff that I watched today, like I was just scrolling not too long ago. This is why I got up and prompted me to make this video. Short form content is made for short attention spans. And so if you have a longer attention span, if you're a knowledgeable, insightful person, if you're someone that looks for insight on how to grow yourself and how to improve yourself, short form content is not the way to do it. So you want to go with these alternative methods, either books or just YouTube, you know, doing your own research. And the reason I'm framing it that way is because I'm assuming that the people watching this channel and watching these videos like educational content. I'm assuming that you're not just scrolling because you want to. You know, like when I get on Instagram, I don't get on Instagram to scroll. I get on Instagram for something else. And then I just happen to end up scrolling because I get pulled in. And so if that happens to you, this is my message to just try to refrain from that as much as possible. Delete social media off your phone, please. I promise you, this is like the most transformative piece of advice that has helped me. Just that alone. Deleting Instagram off my phone has done so much for me. It opens up so much time for me, opens up so much insight for me, opens up so much curiosity. It opens up so much wisdom that I give to the people on the videos. And so without that, when I'm just getting so much constant stimulation from these short videos, you don't have the attention span for the longer videos that actually help you. Yeah, bro. Stay off social media, stay away from drugs, and keep your mind clear. And that's my message. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.